Okay. And what was the flow of preparing? Which book you started in the order?
Market risk was the first one.
Daily basis, on an average, how much time you were giving for the exam?
Sort of 4 to 5 hours per day.
When did you complete your one full reading of the content? So you were watching the video, reading the textbook, correct?
So entire syllabus, I think in March 25, I completed.
And which book you felt was very tough for you?
I would say content-wise investment risk, but
Okay.
otherwise, I think just the number of chapters and all, it would be operational risk.
Overall, what was the difference in approach when you compare it to level one preparation?
In level two, I mean, the understanding of the subject was really important to get a good score.
And what was the average score you were getting in those mocks? And did you solve the GARP sample papers?
And then GARP marks, though, it went even lower. It went to 42, 44.
If you can give three tips from your own journey, that how should somebody prepare for level two? Hi guys, I hope everybody is doing good. Hi, this is Ganesh Naik. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and become a better version of themselves. And I also help students who are preparing for competitive exams in finance like CFA, FRM, SCR, ACCA. Now today I have with me one of my students who has been able to clear the FRM Level 2 exam in the last May attempt, May 2025 attempt. And she's going to be talking about her journey for preparing for the exam, okay, and how was the entire journey, what challenges she faced. Okay, so we have with us Sudha. So thank you very much for taking out time and talking to us for the discussion. And this is your second interview. You've
Yes.
already done one interview for level one, right? So for the audience, if you can give a brief with respect to when did you clear level one, okay, and then when did you started preparing for level two?
Sure, sir. So good evening. It's a pleasure speaking to you. So thank you for this slot, sir. Level 1 I have cleared in May 24.
Mhm.
Meaning I gave my exam in May 24. I got the result in July. And then the
Okay.
level 2 preparation was immediately after that, sir. I think classes began in August. So
Right.
level 2 I started immediately.
Okay. And what was the flow of preparing? Which book you started in the order?
Sir, I went with the schedule given by your team. So I think market risk was the first one.
Mhm.
And then it went on with, I think, credit, investment risk, then operation, liquidity, and last was current issues.
Current issues. Okay. And daily basis, on an average, how much time you were giving for the exam?
Sir, I gave a sort of 4 to 5 hours per day. I mean, I spent quite a good time for this preparation because I know
Okay.
level 2 is much vaster than level 1, right? I mean, the
Right.
syllabus was a lot more. So I gave about 4 hours, if possible, 5 hours. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And when did you complete your one full reading of the content? So you were watching the video, reading the textbook, correct? So when did you completed that one full part?
So entire syllabus, I think in March 25, I completed. Uh, I,
Okay.
I mean, classes I started attending in August, sir. But
Mhm.
it was only just the video lectures and attending the live classes. But taking quiz and all, I think it began somewhere a little later in November. So I would
Okay.
say entire reading all the, I mean, attending all the lectures, taking all the quiz also, like chapter wise quiz, it completed in March.
Okay. Okay. And which book you felt was very tough for you, yeah, out of all the six books?
So I think for most of us, it was operational risk only in terms of the, the depth and length of, I mean, the syllabus. Not
Mhm.
that the content was difficult; it was only the chapters were more.
Okay.
But subject-wise, I would say, for me, investment risk was, I mean, it was little surprising because though
Okay.
I mean, while studying, I found the content chapters easy to understand. But after I've given some exams on those chapters,
Mock tests.
I was not getting the uh, expected marks for it, especially this portfolio construction and all of that, APT, KEPM. I would say content-wise investment risk, but
Okay.
otherwise, I think just the number of chapters and all, it would be operational risk.
So how did you manage operational risk in terms of reading, preparing?
So operational risk, actually, I've made some notes for it.
Okay.
Trying to and I was underlying all the important points, and you were also in the lecture saying like mark this a star and all. So
Right.
I did a lot more revision for operational risk, sir, because I just
Okay.
wanted to do good in all. I didn't want to leave out any subject. So I did more
Mhm.
revision and I made notes for it.
And overall, what was the difference in approach when you compare it to level one preparation? Because how different was your preparation for level two as compared to level one?
Sir, I think I gave a similar kind of approach for both, but the only difference was, the subject was more, it was more deep in the second part.
Okay.
So I had to, there were a lot more discussions with friends and, a lot more solving of questions. And then if,
Okay.
like I used to over and over again try to see your video lectures or participate in with my friends in a group discussion because I felt in level two, I mean, the understanding of the subject was really important to get a good score. I mean, it's the same
Okay.
with level one, but more so for level two, sir. So
Okay.
the more
Okay.
more revisions, giving it more time, more number of questions.
Okay. And with respect to the question solving, you mentioned you started in November onwards, and till March end, you were able to complete all the chapter wise questions. Correct?
Yes.
And what about
Yes.
sectional test? Did you solve sectional test?
Hi, yes, sir. I've done that also. I started it in May, so I gave it like one book per week.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, liquidity and investment risk I did in 1 week, and current
Okay.
issues I think it was only 9 chapters for us
Okay.
this time. So I think 1 or 2 days only I spent for that. But entire of April, it was like a second revision for me. So I mean, I was like I said, I had made some notes and also uh, it was like a second revision, and I did all the sectional tests in the month of April.
Okay. Okay. And what about mock papers? How when did you
Now,
started mocks?
mocks, my exam was on May 17th, sir. So the first 2 weeks I spent on mocks. And also
Okay.
I had done one thing. So in all of the quiz, whatever questions I attempted, wherever I went wrong, I had noted that question number behind the last pages of the chapter. So those last 2 weeks I was entirely going through the mocks and all the questions where I had made mistake, be it in
Okay.
chapter wise quiz or sectional quiz or anywhere else I had taken. So last
Okay.
2 weeks was only attempting questions, sir.
And what was the average score you were getting in those mocks? And did you solve the GARP sample papers?
I solved the GARP, sir, and my mocks initially I got around 55, 56, and then
Mm-hmm.
GARP mocks though it went even lower. It went to 42, 44. So it was
Okay.
not very
Okay.
great. I mean, I didn't think this time, but I mean, for because in level one I got an average of 70, and I
Hmm.
thought out of 100 or 70, 75 percentages, I think I'm confident to clear it. I mean, when I saw a mark like 55, 41, 42, I was not very sure. Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't score very well in mocks.
Okay. And how many mock papers you solved total?
Two of GARP and I think about 3 or 4 from Fintelligents.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you went to the actual exam, when you started solving, how was that first 1 hour of your preparation?
So first one, I would say initially I got pretty simple in the sense. I mean, it was not like a paragraph kind of question. It was just 2 3 lines. So I thought this seems a bit easier. I mean, I didn't get an initial panic attack as such. But then, if
Okay.
you see the options, two of them were like very similar. So I was noting down on that piece of paper they give like fifth question, eighth question. It could be A and D or B and C, and then the number began to grow. And then I thought, okay, it's not as simple as it seems. It looks like I have to, come back to this again. And then I felt this is. I think it is going difficult. So I started
Okay.
out well, and then it went on. It moved on to numericals, and
Mm-hmm.
then some of the numericals, the formula was quite straightforward, meaning we knew that we can use this formula for this question. But some
Okay.
of the numericals were like, though you know the formula, you have to work around it. It's not as simple like you can straight away use it. So I,
Hmm.
I, I think moving forward, it went more difficult, sir.
Okay. Okay. And you were able to complete all 80 questions in 4 hours?
Yeah, I was able to complete. I think I had about 5 or 7 minutes remaining.
Okay.
I had left about 4 to 5 questions. Like I had completely no clue. I mean, I was not very sure of it. So that last 5 to 7 minutes, I spent some time on those 4 to 5 questions. But I was able to complete it comfortably.
And when you look at the calculation based questions or theory based questions, how many calculation based questions were there in your paper?
Uh, Quite a good number were there, sir. Like I would say 20, 25 numericals were there.
Hmm.
And the rest of it was theory. And
Okay.
then I think it was a pretty standard paper. So like you have this easy, medium, tough, both in numericals and in theory.
Okay. Okay. And did you find a lot of lengthy questions? If I look at out of 80 questions, how many questions do you remember that they were quite lengthy?
Lengthy were very few. So I would say 5 to 7, including numerical or theory.
Okay.
Hardly
Okay.
less than 10.
And did you find any concept or any question getting repeated from GARP sample paper?
Yes, sir. I actually found two questions which are very similar from the
Okay.
GARP sample paper. I mean, like even I don't know if the numerical was same, but the context, the pattern of that question, I think even the
Mhm.
name of the banks they use, it was very similar. So I got two such questions, and I think my friends also got a similar thing. I mean, two questions repeated.
And when you came out of the exam, did you felt that this is going to be a exam clearing effort, or what was
Sir,
the thought?
I thought I could have done better. That is what I said to my family also, because when you ask these questions, I wouldn't say my exam was tough, but I
Mhm.
didn't do well. I felt I didn't do well. It was a
Okay.
moderate to easy exam, and
Okay.
it was more depressing than level one. So I was not very confident, but I was just hoping when the result comes out, I just want to see I'm cleared. That's it. I don't think I will even bother to see the quartiles or anything. I just wanted to clear the exam. That's it.
Okay. But you said you didn't do well. So on the day, so you're saying you did not manage the time properly, or what was the reason you mentioned that?
So the reason is the options given, sir. I mean, the two of them were like very similar. I felt it was kind of subjective also, and I got many questions of that sort. Like
Okay.
it is just between those two options. If it was, I mean, like 5 or 6 questions, I wouldn't have remembered it so much. But there were a
Hmm.
lot of questions like that.
So what are the quartiles that you've got now? The result?
Sir, I got 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2.
This is the order: book one, book two, book three.
This is the
So
order.
market risk,
Two. Credit risk,
trade risk.
two.
Okay. Operations.
Operation, liquidity, and investment, one.
Wow.
Has
Wow. Very good.
that was
Current issues, right?
surprising for me too. Current issues was two.
Wonderful. So this is a very good score actually. Even
Uh,
though you were not happy, but the score
yeah.
is really good.
Yes,
Because
sir. I got more than I asked for. I felt.
because I see a lot of students who have cleared, but they got say third quartile in say credit or fourth quartile in current issues. That has also been the trend. But in your case, it's almost one and two. So wonderful. And I'll ask you last one question that if you can give three tips from your own journey that how should somebody prepare for level two?
Sir, I would say first thing we have to start early because not only once we finish with the level one and then the result is out to again start the whole procedure of this entire preparation. It's a huge thing, physically,
Mhm.
mentally. So we tend to postpone it a bit. That's what I was thinking. Like July, my result came out, and then when you said you're starting classes immediately, I was thinking I'm going to give it next year, May. So why should we start preparing so soon? Why can't it be in September, August? But I think
Okay.
that would be a mistake. Luckily, because you have guided us well, we started early. So the first thing would be to start early. Second thing I would say it's the most important and basic thing, sir, that we should get our concepts right. What the book is trying to say and what you're understanding, is it at the same level? So
Hmm.
that because the entire preparation is about getting the concept right. So through the
Right.
lectures or through discussions or through practicing questions, all of that. And then the third thing is get exposed to as many questions as possible because that's the only way we can get to know that this topic can be tested in these many number of ways or this formula could be used in these many number of ways. So the more the exposure, more the practice, I think the faster your mind would work during the final exam. So I think
Right.
that would help a lot.
Wonderful, wonderful, Sudha. I mean, thank you very much for taking out time and talking to us, because your journey will definitely inspire a lot of people who are preparing for the exam. And you came from a public sector background, and now you've given both the levels and you've cleared both the levels. This will definitely motivate a lot of bankers, a lot of working professionals to go and give for the exam. So again, thank you very much for taking out time.
Thanks to you, sir. Thanks to you and to the Fintelligents team. I have done both level one, level two from. I mean, I've taken training from your institution, and I've cleared both the levels in my first attempt and with pretty good quartiles. So this is like a milestone achievement for me. I mean, this is something we'll always remember for life, right? So it gave me a lot of confidence and boost that initially I was scared about these kind of exams. Maybe I'm not tailored out for these things, but after this, my confidence levels have improved, and I'm prepared to take up further challenges also. There are so many more exams in finance. I'm thinking of it
Right.
shortly in future. So all thanks to you, sir. I'm glad I found your institute. Yeah, thanks a lot to you, sir.
Thank you.